We're going to be talking about how to get an inside delivery with that pivot. So many of you guys at home are trying to rotate, but you're actually ending up coming over the top and hitting it worse than you did before probably. So how can we pivot and still create that inside delivery? Okay, so a sport you're familiar with.
Sure. Once upon a time I was okay at this. It's been a while, but...
Well, we're going to put it to the test today.
Okay. One thing that good ball players do is they don't wipe across the hitting zone like golfers generally do. When a baseball player hits a baseball, the barrel stays inside the ball and it's delivered into the ball from the inside. You don't ever see hitters who are good delivering the bat from the outside across the ball in this way.
Yeah.
And I know most of you at home who play golf, that's exactly what we struggle with. Barrel of the bat or the head of the golf club working across the zone.
Yes, and I actually just saw a clip the other day with Aaron Judge talking about how he wants to get that barrel basically falling back behind him, getting in the, what is it, the hitting zone? Or the...
Getting it on the plane of the pitch, getting it into the zone. They call it getting it into the zone. So if the pitch is coming on slightly on an inclined plane, they want to get the barrel of the bat into that hitting window so it travels in that window kind of on the plane of the pitch for a fairly long time. That way you could, if you swing a little early, let's say that I hit that pitch early, I can catch it out here.
Yeah.
Or if I catch it late, I catch it back there, but either way I'm still hitting the ball.
So would that, in terms of golf, be like getting it on plane? Similar?
Kind of getting the club onto the plane fairly early.
Yeah. And when I saw him doing it, if you go ahead and stand that bat up, he was really talking about the barrel of the bat falling back behind him to get on that plane, basically.
Yeah, so the barrel doesn't work toward the ball in a real swing, though a lot of players feel like it might.
And then when you come down at the ball this way, you swing down this way. You swing down.
But good hitters, when they change directions, the barrel actually works back, lining up to their rotation and working into the ball in that way.
And he actually was talking about how he used to actually feel like he could get the bat to the ball faster if he drove the hands, but that he found out was not a very successful pattern for hitting the ball consistently and getting the most speed. He talked about actually then when he learned that the barrel could actually circle back behind him, then it was on plane for a longer, like you talked about.
On plane longer, and you get the free energy of the barrel going this way. That's like it's gaining speed while it's not going toward the ball. And in reality, it's actually quicker to get to the ball in a not straight line. It's counterintuitive. The straight line is actually not the fastest, and I've actually seen, have you ever seen the one?
The little marbles?
The marble rolls down a hill, and you think that the one that rolls on a straight line is going to get there faster. But the one that takes the arc gets there a lot faster.
This is the point where I probably crop myself out and there's marbles rolling out right next to you, right?
But that's the idea. When the barrel goes like this, that's faster than this.
Yeah.
Especially for bat head speed.
Well, and say this is sort of the hitting area. That bat, when you did it the other way, it's not on this line for a prolonged period of time. It's cutting through it.
And that's the major problem. That's cutting across the zone. So if I go straight to where the ball is like this, my bat is only in that hitting window, in that zone, for a finite spot. Like it crosses it. It's like it crisscrosses. I'd rather have the bat going parallel to the zone or going exactly on the same plane as the ball. So then I have like 2 feet to catch it. Might actually be more successful, which Aaron Judge that's what he figured out.
To our point, why we talk about a wide golf swing as well.
Yeah, a wide golf swing is much easier. So if we get that thing on plane with the face lined up sooner, let me have that thing. So we get the club head onto the plane with the face more squared up sooner. Now we can just work it into the zone. And if we catch it, the ball's a little back in our stance, we catch it early, we hit a little push, probably draws back. If the ball's a little more forward in our stance, we catch it and we hit a little pull, probably cuts back. You know, so it gives us a little bit better chance of creating a usable pattern.
All right, well, we got to see you hit one a little. You can just bunt one out there nice and slow, but I want to see that barrel drop back, and I want to see the pivot take that bat into the ball.
It'll look something like that, hopefully.
Sounded solid.
Slightly on the end of the bat, but
I don't think it would have been out of the park, but
oh no, I'm a little afraid of
foul ball into the neighbor's yard.
Up over the fence here, so I'm not a very well practiced machine here. Here we go, one more time.
Woohoo!
Little more pop on that one.
The other thing I want to bring up, and it's especially true with this club right here with driver, we see it all the time. They get this thing teed up, you know, maybe it's a little higher up, maybe it's not, but you see this all the time. Bang, they're hitting the ground with their driver.
Oh yeah.
Right? And T-ball is a great analogy, and we try to bring it up a lot, because in T-ball, what happens if I hit down here? The ball ain't gonna go anywhere. So in T-ball, you immediately find out how you have to come in more level with that bat, that object, that instrument. So in golf, and when we hit driver, I like that analogy, because I want people to think that they don't need to necessarily go down. We definitely don't want that. But they also don't necessarily have to go way up, because we also see this pattern
Tilt
sometimes.
Yeah, drop kicks and all kinds of interesting things.
The tee height should create some of that upward angle of attack for us in combination with good ball position. So it's later in the arc because of the ball position. And then if I feel like I swing level, then I can just sweep it off the top. So T-ball, I like that analogy. I use it a lot with players.
And we actually did a lesson the other day where we had a player swinging just over the top of the ball because they were struggling with hitting the ground and popping up the driver.
Yep.
And immediately all the ball started hitting the center of the face after they started feeling that. So.
Yep. And this feeling that you just showed us too, with this barrel dropping back behind us, getting in the zone, and just turning the corner, just doing some rehearsals like this is such a good feel to get inside the ball, get some depth with your hips, and get that chest open, right?
Yeah.
And notice the barrel isn't coming over the top, because so many people think, oh, if you rotate,
you're going to be outside in.
But if you know how to work the wrist conditions.
Yeah, the wrist and the spine. So there's two matchups. You got wrist, spine,
yep,
and a little bit of in the arms and shoulders.
So you got wrist, and then spine, right, yep, side bend, turn.
Exactly. Boom. And that gets that thing into the correct circle. So we hope you liked that video. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe. Come visit us at milolinesgolf.com, where we can help you to swing it like an athlete, like baseball players do.